yo! Classic Sauron never left, and it feels actually so good in the meta. Let's go ahead and break it down. In case you guys don't know who Sauron is or have forgotten about Sauron, Sauron is an on reveal. Remove all ongoing abilities from the cards in your hand and in your deck. This is personally one of my favorite cards. I've used this in tournaments before, and this list itself still holds its own. Let's go ahead and break down the list as well. Here is the list, my friends. The list, of course, will be down in the description below. We're going back to OG Sauron with the She-Hulk and Sunspot interaction to be able to even min-max your Taskmaster into so many different situations. I personally love this list. It just isn't always a feels goods list. And we have Enchantress in here because there is a lot of ongoing stuff going on, and this will help fight against all of that shenanigans. But anywho, let's go ahead and break each card down individually. Alrighty, we're starting off this list with Sunspot, like I was saying. So, there are some instances where you are floating energy, specifically on turns 1 through 3, potentially, depending on if you have Sauron or not, if you want to be playing out your Ebony Maw or be playing out 0. So that's one of the instances to be able to help Sunspot. It's also great for a full float on turn 5, so you can go into a She-Hulk and Taskmaster play on turn 6. But you're making sure you're able to maximize some Sunspot value right now. And then another one drop you have is 0 in this list. 0 you're using on your Ebony Maw. You're potentially using them on your Typhoid, maybe even your Red Hulk. In case you don't have your Sauron in play, 0 moves the abilities of the next card you play. So just really solid for all these negative ongoing abilities we have. Because like with Ebony Maw, we can't play a card onto an Ebony Maw lane. But with 0, it can negate the Ebony Maw's ability if we don't have Sauron, enabling us to play Ebony Maw. The only issue is you have to 0 Ebony Maw before turn 3 if you don't have Sauron, or you will not be able to play Ebony Maw for the rest of the game. Next, we also have Armor in this list. Armor is what protects our Shuri'd cards, potentially protects our Taskmaster, could also be used to counter Destroy. So this is like one of our tech cards, and if you do Sauron, Armor's ability does go away as well, so you're more than likely playing Armor on curve before you play Sauron. And like I was saying earlier, Sauron removes all the ongoing abilities from your cards. It is an on reveal. It did also most recently get buffed to a 3-3 from a 3-2 in an OTA a couple weeks ago. So the classic Sauron is just back and feeling better than ever. We got Shuri in this list. This would not be a complete Sauron list pretty much without Shuri. I've been testing some other ways without Shuri and stuff too, but I feel like for Sauron, holistically, you want to have Shuri just so you can go as vertical as possible. There are other ways you maybe can't do that, or you shouldn't have to rely on Shuri, but it just feels so good back to the Shuri list itself. And we're running Enchantress in this list as well because there is a lot of Tribunal, there is a lot of Patriot, there is a lot of ongoing stuff going on. Enchantress enables us to be able to negate the ongoing and have our own little tech card. I've seen instances where it's Enchantress, I've seen instances where it's Shang-Chi. So it's really just dependent on what you're facing a lot in the meta. We have Typhoid Mary in this list, another ongoing card that Sauron can negate. Another decent card also that Shuri can double for Taskmaster potentially too. So get a lot of value in that sense as well. Or if you don't necessarily have your top end in some instances, Typhoid Mary's 10 power you're throwing down a little bit later, and you can Enchantress her so the -1 affliction to your other cards doesn't happen. Taskmaster, you just need to duplicate any of the doubled cards you've got on your Shuri lane, whether that be Typhoid Mary, Vision, Red Hulk, She-Hulk, Ebony Maw. It's just, you got Sauron Shuri, you know we got Taskmaster in here. So make sure you're vertical in 2 different lanes. We have Vision, so you have some mobility. You're playing this card onto your Shuri to be able to get into some other lanes, maybe so your opponent has to guess where Vision lands so they can Shang-Chi your Shadow King there. But that's the main premise here is with Vision in this list. And then we got Red Skull. Of course, the Shuri Red Skull is the typical Sauron list. Sauron removes the +2 to enemy cards here, enabling you not to give your opponents any boost as well. And you know the combo. You go Shuri into Red Skull, and it just feels nice. And then you have She-Hulk as an alternate line as well. You can float turn 5 to be able to have a 1-cost She-Hulk and pay your Taskmaster as well. Another reason why I'm really liking this list at the moment is because in the Loki matchup, you're normally pretty far ahead, so your opponent can't do all the Loki stuff they need to do. So that's what I like there. If you wanted to flex it out, maybe make it a little bit different, you could add Nocturne. You could add Jeff. You could add Red Hulk. You could add Invisible Woman. There's a couple different ways you can play this Sauron list. This is the one I think is very solid at the moment and that I'm having a lot of success with. But let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay. Alrighty, we are heading into our first game over here. We got Nowhere, which would be honestly pretty solid, depending on what we get over here to kind of protect some of our cards. If we do get the Sauron, be able to play Typhoid left, or if we don't get some other stuff. Cancun, okay, this is getting crazy. This is already a super crazy game. Nowhere, Cancun, Weird World, bro, what is this game? What is this game? I'm just gonna go 0 into Typhoid into... I don't even know. Okay. This feels funky, guys. This feels really funky. Magic. Okay, it's a little less funky. A little less funky now. I'm going to go into the Typhoid left. Luke Cage. I'm going to go Sauron. Wong. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and... Enchantress, Sunspot. I think that's just the play here. We're in some really solid spots. I mean, we lose like a Killmonger kind of thing, but I like... It's a... Oh, I know what it is. We're about to get Hazmated here on the right. But Hazmat won't go off multiple times. So I'm not too worried about this. Not too worried about that. That's why we're not snapping into it as well. Yep, perfect. Perfect. We are going to do that. And this here. They Odin, right? Maybe they Odin here. Killmonger kills us. But I think this is our safest play. We're not really doing any Sauron stuff, but this enabled us to be able to get our Ebony Maul out. We should be in a good spot. I don't know. This just feels so weird. Having Cancun in this game is just super, super funky. I don't know. I think this is our best line. We could Shuri Maul to get similar power as what we're getting here. We would get Sunspot a little bit bigger. But I kind of am worried of a Killmonger in this situation, so that's why we're playing the Vision out instead of the Shuri stuff. But yeah, this just feels really funky. Really, really funky. Nocturne and Killmonger wins the game, I think, right? Nocturne left, Killmonger right. Yeah. Nocturne left is 10 power, which counters that, and then Killmonger right's 11. No, we would win. We would win against Nocturne Killmonger. Oh, really? They just floated it out? Oh, really? They were just upset. Okay, well, we'll take it. They were really not happy with the Enchantress play there, so let's freaking go. Would love to see it. Love to see it. And I mean, that's just like typical Sauron fashion, you know? Alrighty, we are into our next game over here. We got a decent start in hand, actually. I like what we're messing around with here. Stark Tower's pretty good. We got the Ebony Maul. I'm gonna go ahead and set up there. What is happening? Oh, okay, that was the Ebony Maul stuff there. And I float. So I don't have to worry about Sauron there. Hope Summers. I'm going to do this into Red Skull. And this is going to be feeling pretty good. Sebastian Shaw and Nova. which means we will get Killmongered here. So it is something I gotta keep in mind. But the Red Skull on this middle lane with this tempo, I mean, they have 7 energy. Not a huge fan of that. But it could be worse, maybe? Coping. Totally coping here. Forge to Nocturne.
All systems go.
They move Nocturne over. And then it is Surfer Absorbing Man. No, it's Killmonger Surfer. They have to get rid of the Nova, right? If it's Killmonger Surfer, they move Nocturne over here. That's 11. They move Nocturne over here. That's 9. I have 15 power here. I think I tuck Taskmaster in the middle. If it is, though, if it's Surfer Absorbing Man, this is +6, +8, plus another 8, so it's 16. We plus another 16 there. Whereas if I do this, or I think, no, let's overcommit middle. I think we overcommit middle. Yeah, that was the play. That was totally the play. We don't even have to worry about the other lanes. Taskmaster middle, so solid. Boom. Love that for us. Love that for us. Huge.
Victory.
All right, we are in our next game over here. We got a couple different lines, which this is looking pretty spicy over here. A couple different lines. Okay. This is already getting a little funky though. Mirror dimension, sewer system. We do got 0 in hand. What we got here on the left? Ravona. We're gonna be floating some She-Hulks. That is looking like our play. Some She-Hulks or some... No, this is just going to be Shuri Red Hulk. That is what we are going to be playing here. What in the world is What is this game? Mr. Negative. Another Ironheart. Jane. They still have 1 card in their deck. Face Sage and Iron Man here. We're kind of dead. I'm thinking it's this into that. We give left lane, we keep middle, we keep right. Wong Sage.
Wakanda forever.
Or they just didn't have it. Okay, well, I'm glad we spread the love where we did, because that was good. That was good. Just classic Shuri Sauron things, guys. Classic Shuri Sauron things. Alrighty, we still got a really nice starting hand here. We have the armor. We got the She-Hulk. If we don't get our top end stuff, we need to float turn 3. We can drop our She-Hulk down. Or, honestly, Sauron coming down here is not a horrible idea. I like this starting point. 2 out of 3 of these hits are great, and we get Sauron down without having to play him. So we can float. Mystique doesn't hit anything. That's really solid for us. We can float this into a She-Hulk. This feels solid. Magic as well. I'm thinking it's some sort of tribunal. Which the cool thing about that is we have a lot of great cards here for us.
Snap.
We snap this because this feels really good. And I mean, it feels really, really good. I'm going to spread our power out just a little bit. Sebastian Shaw. This goes middle. Onto the Shaw, because they're going to have some Wong stuff. Sarah. You guys are going to think I'm a little crazy, but I'm going to go ahead and disable that. Because I don't want to mess with no more Sarah stuff. I don't want none of this Wong going shenanigans about to happen, so yeah, no thank you. No thank you, and that's why we have Enchantress in this list. To throw that off. There's the Brood into Absorbing Man. And then they can't do Surfer and Odin, which is what they were probably trying to do. So I'm going to stack this up. If it's just Surfer, then this gets +6, which goes to 20. We're not bigger, or we beat 20 there. And then let me do, or if I do, yes, we do this. We up 20 there. And we would have to get Killmongered here. They could do Killmonger, Nova, Surfer. Killmonger, Nova, Surfer is still not enough power. Killmonger. So Nova Killmonger would be 4, 5, plus Surfer is 6, plus 2 is 8. So we would win there. Yep. That should be the sauce there for us. Wong Surfer. Yeah. We played against it right because we also go up another 2 on the right. Perfect.
Victory.
Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy it, please feel free to like, comment your favorite iteration of a Sauron deck down below, and please subscribe if you're new. Until the next time, my friends, tuck around.